Good morning. Another beautiful day here on the deck. Getting ready to start some breathing exercises to welcome the day. It's a beautiful day. Birds are here. Another couple weeks of sun in Newfoundland. So, well, we'll have sun, but not warmth from the sun. So, this is really nice. Beginning with some breaths, deep breaths in. I'm going to try breathing this morning that I recently learned, and it's really good for me actually because I find it difficult to relax and breathe sometimes, but this one forces you to push the air out and then drag it back in without much effort. So it's like a breathing where you breathe out all your air in tufts. So you force the air essentially entirely out of your body, and then you have to drag a breath back in with very little effort. So I'll show you an example, and I'll do 3 of those kinds of breaths, so you can follow along with me at your own pace. Make sure you find a comfortable position, Sukhasana. You might need a cushion to straighten yourself up a little bit and tip forward. And I'm just going to try to be conscious of pulling my shoulder blades back. Let's breathe in, a deep breath in, and then forcing the air out in small intervals. Ready? You can continue on and do another couple of types of those breaths if you like, whatever you're happy with, but I found that when I stop talking on the video seems kind of dull, so I'll try to talk through the postures. Ideally in a yoga studio or yoga setting, I wouldn't be doing the postures quite as much as I am on video, but well, it's different, isn't it? So I'll just do them and talk through them, and hopefully you get something out of it. I'm going to start this morning with Surya Namaskar, which is a series of postures together. Now, I'm going to be headless, but I think that you can see what I'm doing for the most part. Come to the front of your mat. With a deep breath in, pull your arms overhead, and with a breath out, fold forward at the waist. So our backs are still straight in this position, but we're flowing forward at the waist. So some of us are going to get this far. Some of us are going to get this far. Some of us might be able to come all the way to touch the floor or further. But the key is to keep your back as straight as possible. So you can continue looking ahead. That might be helpful. As you can see, when I fold over, my back curls a little bit. I don't have any problems with my own spine, so that's okay for me, but we're going to try to keep those legs straight and keep the back straight. So we might just come to here. Breathe in. As you breathe out, fold forward. You may need to bend the knees. Palms come to the floor. Your palms are spread on your mat here. The fingers are spread. There's a good steadiness in your hands, almost like bringing the weight into your hands. As you do, step your left foot back as far as you can comfortably extend, almost like you're coming into a push-up pose. Toes on the mat. Hold this pose like a plank. So your shoulders are above your wrists. Your core is strong, your back is strong. with your arms in close to your body, lower until your arms are parallel to the ground. You may come to your belly. Breathe in. From here, we're going to push forward into upward dog, cobra pose. Hands are close to the side. Hands are strong, strength and weight in the hands. You can let your toes, feet go flat on the floor. And from here, push up. As you push up, breathing in, fill the chest with air. Feel the rib cage expand. Neck comes back. Arms are strong, legs are strong, pushing into the ground. Breathe in the air. As you exhale, curve your toes under and push back into downward dog. And this is downward dog. Adho Mukha Savasana. I'm trying to learn the Indian. So here our toes are on the ground. Our hands, there's quite a bit of strength in our hands here. And even spread the weight evenly in your palms. Spread your fingers, root them into the ground. And also in our feet. So we may need to alternate heel to toe here to get to the ground, depending on the mobility in your calves. But the object is to get a great stretch here in our legs. So our sitting bones are moving towards the sky. Legs are straight. If you can't quite get your legs straight, you can fold up the edge of your mat maybe to help give you a bit of stability here, like this. Or use a cushion. You can use anything you like. But breathing out, we get some space and we can hang that head down inside. Back is straight, legs are long, arms are strong. And with a breath, breathe all your breath out. You can take your left foot forward. Your right foot. Breathe in, look ahead. Come up about halfway. Breathe out, fold. Breathe in, come all the way up. All right, let's try that again. Breathe in. Arms come up. Exhale, fold forward at the hip. Fingertips come as close as they can to the floor. Legs are straight. Toes are even and pointed forward. Spread them for a good base and foundation. Look forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Left foot goes back. Your toes, plank pose. Lower into chaturanga. Here my forearms are level with the ground. Come to the floor, toes are flat, push in, come up. Fill the lungs with air. Curl your toes under. Push back into downward dog. Walk the dog a little bit. Lengthen those calves. And as you breathe in, you might be here somewhere. Filling the lungs, breathe out, fold, and push back. Sitting bones are moving toward the sky. Head is coming down between the arms. Weight is distributed evenly in the feet and hands. Legs are straight. Shoulder blades are working here. Our cores are working. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your legs forward towards your hands. Realign yourself a little bit. Your back, make sure your legs are straight. Back is straight. Breathe in, come up halfway. Breathe out, fold at the hip. And breathe in to come all the way up. Okay, now we'll try Surya Namaskar B, which is basically the same, with a couple of little things added in. So from here, feeling that strength in our toes, spread your toes, root your feet into the ground. Make sure your toes are pointed ahead. Your second toe, your index toe is parallel. They're parallel with each other. Bend at, your feet are about hip width apart. Or sorry, your feet are close together on this one. Bend at the knee. Your knees shouldn't come out over your toes. So almost like you're sitting in a chair, coming to sit in a chair. Lift your arms forward. Breathe in, back is strong. Legs are strong here. The legs are working hard. Breathe in. Breathe out, fold down onto your knees. Down onto your legs, I should say. Palms come to the floor. Breathe in, straighten. And as you breathe out, take the weight into your palms. Now here you can step back like you did before, or you can take the weight into your palms and do a little jump back. Ready? Bring in a little bit more heat. In plank, we lower into chaturanga. Breathe in, upward dog. Breathe out, toes come under, push back into downward dog. And from here, this left foot is going to come forward now, up to our hands. So in a lunge, basically, is what we're in now. Your back foot is turned at about a 45-degree angle. Heel comes to the floor. Our front knee is stacked over the ankle. Using your fingertips, take a minute to align your hips. Make sure that they are pointed forward and even. Okay, we don't have one up here or down here. Okay, back is straight. Think about engaging those shoulder blades. And with your breath, breathing in to extend, give ourselves some stability. Breathe in, push in, make sure this foot is flat to the floor. This is your feet are your foundation in this pose. Your back foot is strong and engaged. And when you're ready, push into the floor to come up. Core is strong, pointed toward you. Hands come overhead. And lose my balance a little bit talking. Breathe in, warrior one. Exhale, hands come back down to the floor. Stability and strength in our hands here now, rooted in. And this foot comes back. Back into plank, lower into chaturanga. Breathe in, fill the lungs. Fill your lungs with energy for the day. Curl toes under, push back into downward dog. Okay. Our left foot is strong this time, and we're going to take the right foot forward. Breathe out, because we've got all the space when we breathe out, so we've got a little more room to get that foot up there. Align yourself so that your back arch turned at your back foot turned at a 45-degree angle, and your back arch and your front heel are aligned. Strength in the feet, strength in the legs, hips are even, pointed forward. Using your fingertips, straighten your back. Breathe in, push into the ground. Arms come overhead. Arms can also stay at your hips. For a bit of extra stability, straighten up your legs or your hips. And breathe in. I can feel the heat now. My sweat is dripping. It's a good workout, even with slow measured movements. Breathe in. Palms come back to the floor. Body comes down to your leg. Strengthen your hands and push back into plank pose. Come down into chaturanga. Feet flat on the floor, push up. Curl your toes under. Back into downward dog. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Take breaths here. This would be a great position to take some breaths in and really get into this downward dog. Now our calves are probably loosening up a little bit. And if you are in downward dog and you find it stressful or tiresome, or your body is telling you, no, I need a break, you can come to your knees here in tabletop pose. You can push back to sit on your heels and take a rest in child's pose. So child's pose, we're sitting back on our heels. Hands can be stretched forward in this position, or they can be back here, palms facing up. And just rest your forehead and rest your body. This is meant to be a restorative posture. And take some breaths here. I prefer arms ahead myself. And after you've taken a breath or two or whatever you need, come back into Daisy. My girl. Okay, come back into tabletop pose. Okay, push back into our downward dog. And from here, we are going to step forward or jump forward into your hands. Okay, feet are together. Bend at the knee. Come halfway up, breathe. Lift arms overhead. And come all the way up. Let's do one round without stopping of Surya Namaskar B. So I'm at the front of my mat. Toes are pointed forward, feet are together. Bend at the knee, breathe. Come all the way to your legs. Palms to the floor, knees are still bent. Step or jump back, taking the weight into your hands. Into plank pose. Lower into chaturanga. Belly to the floor, feet to the floor. Strengthen the legs. Push into the floor with your hands, with your legs. Breathe and widen the chest. Curl your toes under, push back into downward dog. Bring your left foot forward between your hands. Spread your toes, lots of strength and stability in that front foot, and the back foot turns slightly to a 45-degree angle. Line up your front ankle and the arch of your back foot. Push to come up. Check your hips, make sure they're even, pointed forward, level. Breathe out, come down, back to the floor. Take the weight in your hands and bring this foot back. Lower into chaturanga. Push up. Breathe and fill the chest. Toes under on the exhalation. Back into downward dog. Bring your right foot forward. Left foot comes to the ground. Heel and arch are aligned. Push into your foot. Breathe in. Strong in the core, strong in the back, strong in the legs. Lower, foot comes back, lower once more into chaturanga. Push, fill the lungs, curl the toes under, back into downward dog. Take a breath here. On the breath out, bend the knees, step or jump forward to your hands. Breathe in, come up halfway. Bend the knee. Breathe in and come all the way up. And that's a good round. We should be feeling some heat there now. That is